Welcome to Podcast Malawi. It's another Tuesday and it's 3 p.m. and you know what time it is. It's time for all the conversations about what's been happening. Oh, shoot. It's been too much. It's been a heavy week, guys. It's been a heavy week. And it's been like a fully packed weekend. There's been a lot that went on. Talking about the Region 5 games that just got launched over the weekend on Friday at Bingu National Stadium. And they are still ongoing until the 11th, I think, of December. Yeah. And then we have the World Cup that's like making headlines across the world. Miss Malawi happened. Lucius Banda just dropped could be his final official album. And yeah, a lot to talk about. But remember, this podcast is sponsored by Crypto University. If you want to learn how to trade in Forex, people call it Forex trading, but it's cryptos, NFTs, and all those things. Make sure you check out Crypto University on cryptouniversity.network and learn how you can trade. Invest a little something and learn how to make money, or learn how money works for you while you sleep. So learn and start investing today if you want to be on a journey to financial freedom. On this podcast today is the usual suspect right now. Mr. Sam. How do you feel now?
I got in trouble last time I was here.
Yeah, that's the beauty of podcast. That's what I love about being in this space. It's a space where you and me basically are having a conversation.
Right.
And that's why we actually have Miss Brigitta Flowers, our fact checker today.
Hi.
Because last time when you said, who's JCK Media, is it people came back on us? Hey, if you don't know about the brand, don't talk about it.
But you know what?
Yeah?
You know what? I feel like for me, on my side, it needed to happen.
Okay.
Because my thinking is that if you are a big brand, we should know you.
Absolutely. I don't have to force myself to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also like this being a podcast, there's no way we have disregarded like maybe the award or anything like that. We're
just talking about what we know.
Yeah.
It's about what we know, what we think, That's it.
That's it.
So
it's
okay,
podcasting,
again, the
guys.
good thing is when you came back to us to say, oh yeah, you don't know us, and after the podcast, we actually went to check out your work.
Yeah, I followed your page. I followed your TikTok as well, man.
We can actually learn more of what you're doing. So yeah, shut up. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
We hope your fans love you. That's why they voted for you.
Yeah.
Now we know about you.
Now we know about you. That's
and
if
you think of stories that you want to share about us, whatever struggle, things that you go through in the industry,
about how we allegedly hate you.
Let us know. Maybe we can sit down. And talk about that as well.
No, but we don't, man.
Yeah,
Shout
we
out.
don't.
Peace
We just
and love.
talk about.
Peace and love.
So, and I think there's one thing that we need to clear about this. This is not a TV show. This is not a radio. We're not journalists who go around looking for info about who and what and come here to analyze. Just have conversations.
Yeah, man.
And it just happened that I sit here with Sam to talk about what we know.
Yeah.
So if I say I don't know artist A, you don't have to force me to go and research before I come here. No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what I know
Yeah.
and what you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can't know everything in
We
this
can't know
world.
everything. Like, actually, those were like awards.
Yeah.
Like people that were nominated that I don't even know who they are.
Exactly.
And I know somebody asked me like, "Oh, why are you talking to someone who hasn't been following Ketura?" When you said,
I don't even follow that too.
You don't have to force
It's
somebody
okay,
to
man.
follow someone.
I work with Ketura when I have to. It's fine.
You see? So it's not
It's
like
fine.
we know everything. So like, no, we're just having a conversation between us
Yeah.
in this space where if you have anything, let us know. We'll welcome you. Come sit here. There's still space for one.
There's
Yeah,
always
maybe.
space for one here. This side.
You'll be
I think
sitting
the biggest problem is that people want you to see the world in their perspective.
Right.
Okay.
They want you to like the things they like,
Right.
follow the people they follow.
Mm.
Everybody has their preferences.
Yeah.
So if I don't know, for example, I'll give an example. When Kobe died,
Yeah.
people were forcing themselves to know Kobe in
Yeah.
that moment.
You didn't know
But
him.
like,
Accept.
if you don't know Kobe, it's all right.
It's fine.
not a crime.
Accept.
You know?
That's the
So-
thing.
Yeah.
You know, I usually tell people, I'll travel within Africa. I went to Morocco the other time.
Mm.
I'm there. I'm talking to my fellow Africans, and I'm saying I'm from Malawi, and this is a guy from Tunisia, and one of them, oh Malawi, but is it Mali? Like,
Yeah.
No, dude, Malawi, Southern Africa, Mozambique here, and okay, the good thing is we had like a map somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'd go there like this. Oh,
Right.
David Banda, Madonna.
Damn, that's how we're recognized.
That's the only thing that they knew. And then there was Daddy Socha Ponda.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Daddy
the
Socha
British
Ponda.
Got Talent.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to force people to know everything about everyone.
Yeah, but
So-
then there are also other people that are just going to know. For example, the other time I went to Rwanda, there was someone's like, gift trappings. Oh, that.
Yeah.
You know, there are other people that are just going to relate.
And
Yeah.
in
But
Malawi,
then-
there are people that you meet that don't know who Gift Trappings is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's okay.
Because
Yeah.
it's not in there.
In
Don't
those in their
force people
circle.
to follow
Mm.
things
Yeah.
that they are not interested
So we
in.
don't come here as experts of the topics that we talk about.
Not at all.
We come
Not
here
at
just
all.
talk about what we want to talk about.
We just want to have a
today.
conversation.
Like today. When I talk about Miss Malawi event, when I talk about
I
the
wasn't
World Cup,
there.
I wasn't even there, but I
Yeah,
followed.
man.
I've seen your reaction, so I'm going to talk about what I've read,
Yeah.
what I've seen.
Yeah.
You see?
But I mean, that's the beauty about it. But talking about things that we don't know, do you know how Messi played yesterday?
Messi.
Yes.
I didn't watch because yesterday. So for me, I've been at the
Region 5
games.
Right.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, I run a company called Taxify Malawi. It's a mobile car booking app.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the official partners of the public transport for the Region 5 games.
Nice.
So I'm there trying to help people that need to move from there to other places.
Right.
So I'm always kind of there. So I missed the games. I think the last game we made on it was on when was that? It was on a Friday.
Right.
It was on a Friday.
Mm.
Those game that I've even forgotten.
Was that the
The day Cameroon was playing. The
Brazil and Cameroon?
before that was the one I watched, and I watched the Brazil one as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Abubakar and everything.
Yes.
Beautiful goal.
Uruguay, beautiful. Like everything was like really nice.
Yeah.
Sad that Cameroon bowed out.
Yeah, man. But
But-
like they bowed out with a nice move. They were
Because
the
Uruguay-
only team to beat Brazil at the World Cup. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
only team to beat Brazil at the World Cup.
Mm.
That's like a
Apparently-
beautiful-
Apparently, that game was predicted, and fans of what you call the famous series and
Was it Money Heist?
Money Heist.
Oh, really?
They
Yeah.
predicted Goody Cameroon would win that.
Okay,
that
I
game.
saw that clip.
There was a conversation. I don't know if it's manipulated
I thought so.
or if it's real.
Can you okay? How
Let
can
me
you cross check
cross-check.
that? Can you fake? Because I've seen that conversation. I know I'm not a fan of series,
Mm.
but I've watched bits of Money
Money
Heist
Heist, yeah.
for FOMO
Right.
because everybody likes talking about it. I'm like, okay, I just need to like.
Exactly.
15.
Let me just watch a little.
But I know there are all these things about the series, countries and cities, like
Yeah.
names of people.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe that conversation would have been there.
I mean,
But about
I watched the thing. I watched the movie, the series, right? But I'm not sure
if there was that.
on the specific. I'm not sure on the specifics on like if that was there.
Yeah, because
Could be.
I'm like, this could have been, maybe it was manipulated.
Yeah.
Because I saw the clip, I was like, oh, how odd.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
have you been watching? Have you watched any new stuff lately? There was this FIFA Uncovered documentary,
about
yeah.
Qatar and how
about how Qatar won the World Cup,
Yeah.
the hosting rights and everything like that.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
I was part of it, not
Right.
all of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I've been following the story before even this one came out.
Yeah,
But I've been following the story of how it was always known that Qatar was doing shady deals. And I
Right.
think that's what really put FIFA into disrepute
mm.
with the former president Sepp
Sepp
Blatter
Blatter,
being
yeah.
accused of receiving bribes and whatnot.
Yeah, corruption.
So
and all.
I'm yet to watch the whole. Have you watched it?
I have watched it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful cinematography.
All right.
It's beautiful stuff.
Yes,
Yeah, it's really nice stuff. I've watched it. I think ideally, it's said that they needed the money at some point because they had corrupted all the money that they had at some point, and
Who needed
they-
the money? FIFA.
FIFA needed the money. So
Oh, okay.
ideally, FIFA is an NGO, right? That
Yeah.
their job is to organize and organize games, matches, and
Football
everything. Yeah,
games,
football. Yeah. By the way, do you call it football or soccer?
Okay, so I think in the US it's where it's called soccer.
Yeah.
But I think worldwide they agreed terms football. But in the US
They want to
football
be
refers-
they want to be on their own level.
Yeah, they refer football to the other one. The one that they even use hands and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you call it? Football, soccer, Brigida.
Yeah, I do. I do follow soccer.
You call it
If
football or you call it soccer?
Soccer for me doesn't.
Sound very well.
Yeah,
Right.
doesn't sound very well. So football, because it's the same thing as gas.
Oh
When
yeah.
you
When
say
you mean,
gas
when you're
here-
meaning
Yes, when you say gas here,
We're thinking 265 gas Malawi.
yes,
Yeah.
265 gas. But in the States, when you mean gas, it's
fuel,
fuel,
Yeah.
petrol,
petrol,
diesel.
and all of that. So
Yeah.
for me, I prefer football because that's what
I think
everybody.
that's the crazy thing about American
They want to be
English.
like
They want
on
to
the
be
on level or something.
Yeah. Because everywhere else they say. Yeah, actually, I wanted to say, what's the full like the abbreviation FIFA? Like, what is it in full? Because they're supposed to be like football something. They're one of the Fs.
It is. It is.
Can you check, Brigida?
I'm
Hey, so
checking.
while she's checking,
Yeah.
talking about Messi and the whole GOAT.
Oh God!
Debate
I'm a huge Messi fan. I'm a
I
huge
see.
Messi fan, my brother.
I see.
Messi's winning the World Cup.
The crazy thing about me is now I don't know which GOAT I should belong to. Have you found the FIFA definition? Or like
So FIFA is actually, I think it's from the French people, because it says the Fédération Internationale de Football Association.
yes.
So it is football.
It's football. So soccer is the Americans who said no, let's call it soccer.
Yeah.
But worldwide it's known as football.
Yeah, it is football.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Messi fan. Are you a Ronaldo fan?
No, I'm a big Manchester United fan. So you know how crazy that is. When Ronaldo played for Man U, there was no way I was gonna support.
You know what's crazy? Just now
Messi.
you're calling it played for Man U. He just left like a week ago.
No, when he left, even when he left, when he went to Madrid, when he went to Juventus, I still loved Ronaldo. And he came back. I was ecstatic. Like, dude, our God is back.
Yeah.
And he did his all
But
bullshit.
he has done his part. He was your top goal scorer last season.
Yeah, but what was the point of that interview and trying to castigate a big club, a big brand like Manchester United?
Guys, your pools were the same.
I think because you're
Manchester United fan. Yeah.
You look at it in a very biased way.
Right.
But from my personal view,
what team do you follow?
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Ooh, that on top of the table, guys.
From my own perspective, Piers Morgan is sort of like similar, gives a similar space to what we do. People just want to go and say their truths.
Right.
Not manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to paint someone bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to paint someone bad.
Mm.
So I felt like he just needed to get the truth out there and just.
He was under contract at Manchester United, and he went on a Piers Morgan and says at show and talk trash. And Piers Morgan is a sworn fan of Arsenal from way back.
But he loves Ronaldo.
Yes,
as a player.
So for me, I think him and Ronaldo was something that they discussed. They agreed on how they wanted to make money from this whole thing.
But Ronaldo's contract was also coming to an end, though.
Yeah, but he was still contracted. He was still playing until the end of the season.
I mean, I don't think he was happy. He wasn't getting game time. He was obviously on bench all the time.
But who's gonna play him? He was given his chances. He never took any of them.
He is the gods.
God for what?
That is why I call Messi the god, because you never hear such stories with Messi.
He left peacefully. Barcelona. They agreed. He left. Went to PSG. Now
playing his football.
You know how much I've started now just loving Messi, because I have realized that I think my hate for Messi. Was it hurt? No, I think my preference
with
for Ronaldo
yeah.
was because I just loved Ronaldo because of his connections to Manchester United.
Yeah.
But right now, I think Messi is more deserved of the respect and everything. He's not a media sensationalism kind of guy.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, his brand, okay, he takes himself as a big brand.
He is. Though.
And he uses that to manipulate and influence the media and all his moves and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, okay, business-wise, he uses it to build things.
He is the most paid person on Instagram. He has the most followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Probably. Is he not the most followed person on
Instagram? I think mainly on Instagram, though. He has,
All,
I think,
all platforms combined. Instagram,
yeah, because
Twitter,
Instagram,
Facebook.
he has like what 500 million people, over 500 million
500
people.
million.
Yeah,
Yeah, he actually celebrated that after the Piers Morgan thing, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, he's a petty person. I like him. I like him as a person. I mean, I don't know him. I'm a fan, right?
Mm.
But I like him as a person. After that, after his contract was terminated, he didn't post anything about the contract or his contract being
No.
terminated. He posted about
His
a watch
watches.
that
And
he had.
he put in like a whole. That's why I'm thinking this is a whole
In
plan
fact,
thing.
in the watch, there's an emblem picture of
him scoring against Manchester United. Yeah, when he was at Real Madrid.
That's like
that
a next
header.
level.
The one that he
pettiness.
leaped over Vidic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Vidic or Ferdinand?
I think it's Rio. Yeah,
It should be Rio because we're like Rio is that toy, yeah, Rio.
Yeah.
And it's in there in the watch. That's why it's made. I'm like,
I like that pettiness. I like that pettiness.
I was
cool.
actually about to say that maybe what Dennis was saying about Ronaldo and Pierre is actually talking about the contract or what. In simple as journalism, it was an agenda setting thing.
Right.
It was.
So that's they
knew
wanted.
what they wanted.
It's the same thing. Like what Princess Diana was trying to do the other time.
Right.
God rest her soul. She was literally trying to show people that this is what you need to start thinking about.
Right.
So that's what he was basically doing.
Fair enough.
Okay, but then at the World Cup, the good thing is Messi's shining.
Messi has shined to the quarterfinals now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he won 2-1 with a beautiful goal. He had many beautiful passes and many beautiful. I'm such a Messi fan. Guys.
I know.
So it's okay.
Yeah, and the other day Cristiano Ronaldo celebrated a goal that he didn't score, which was
I
was like, what?
I saw the memes after that.
Yeah.
Someone posted saying that Ronaldo after this game, after the goal finally registered as Bruno's goal, he came with like long hair so that
to prove that I never had this long. He touched the ball.
It was funny enough. Yeah, he texted Morgan in the dressing room. Texted Morgan in the dressing room saying that, oh yeah, you know what? I actually scored that goal. I felt it. I touched it. But after that, there's new technology every time. Right now, there's like so much new technology. There's the board.
All the sensors.
Yeah, the board didn't register any other header from him. So, but shout out. They're playing beautiful football. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Ronaldo fans as well.
I actually forget. I was supposed to check if the excerpt from the Money Heist is real or not. It is actually real. The excerpt is from episode 3, season 2 of the popular Spanish series.
Wow.
Okay.
Fair enough. Shout out to the
but
director.
a similar, a similar thing happened with The Simpsons when they predicted Donald Trump to be the president.
Those guys,
weird.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They also predicted Kobe's death.
Yeah.
Rather a footballer. Yeah, I mean Kobe's death.
Yeah.
They predicted a lot of stuff. It's crazy. No, I mean that was fake. Oh yeah, face.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But it's crazy. Talking about crazy things, how were the Miss Malawi? Is that a sigh of relief that it ended?
Okay, for me to be very honest, I think I knew last week that things would go
the way they went. Wait, how did they go?
Oh, I saw bits and pieces of it. Not because I didn't want to see, or but because when I started watching, I felt like this is not something I'm ready to absorb,
to take in.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't think I'm strong enough right now. I'm not in a space to take what I've just seen here. So I decided to start other conversations with people that I was with than focus on it. So I didn't go to the event itself. I was watching from home on TV.
Right.
Yeah, but we decided not to watch more of it, to have just conversations and whatnot. But the bits and pieces that I saw, I think, nah. And then the reactions that came afterwards.
Did you watch Brigida?
I did, because of the pressure now from the statuses.
Right.
So it was like, people are like, I was still watching Miss Malawi. So I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Let me go and see what's happening.
Right.
Because I was like, I think for me, I kind of lost interest when they shortlisted the people that I actually saw that were shortlisted from the bunch of the other girls. And I was like, I don't know what that criteria they're using, but to me, everything just looked off. So I was like, you know what? It's not as interesting as I had hoped it to be. Yes, we were waiting for the comeback, but this was not what I had hoped.
They released the criteria though. At some point, they released you should be this tall, you should not have this, you should not have that. I saw it. I remember seeing it.
Let's check if we can find it.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah, so for me, I think when I started watching,
what went wrong, like from your sense?
Oh no, from my sense was when I switched on and I listened to the music. The first thing they were doing these categories, catwalks.
Yeah.
And I heard all Nigerian songs. That
what
the
sad,
heck is going on? You are doing Miss Malawi, and all you're playing is Nigerian songs and South Africa. I think there were like a couple of Nigerian songs.
They played a lot. Western music as well.
Yeah, because for me, like right now, my agenda, one of the things that I really want to help push is people to celebrate Malawian, and Malawian music is one of how to celebrate being Malawian.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you put up all these events called Malawi Night, where we just like play Malawi music.
Yeah.
And if you have got an event themed Miss Malawi, it's an opportunity to showcase what Malawi is about.
Right.
You can't tell me we don't have songs that models can use on a runway to walk. We have a lot of songs that are Malawian songs by Malawian artists, producers, and whatnot. And you have all Nigerian songs playing there. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I feel like that was the big problem from my side as well, because you can think of any song right now. You can think of any slow song that is
genre, like it's
KLK has many of those, or maybe you don't like KLK. It's fine. Driemo has them. Maybe you don't like Driemo. You can. There's so many artists. Yeah, there's so many,
like a lot of songs.
Music, even artists, even music that you don't listen to, but like it's popping maybe in like one side of the spectrum. Go and play it, man. You can play a song
like George.
It's fine.
Got songs that can actually like carry that event along. And for me, it was like, why are we doing this? And then came all the other things that were happening there that I saw. I was like,
I saw a lot of people also worried about not worried, but like tweeted a lot about the decoration and like everything like that. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I had time just to figure out what the production was like and what everything was there for. Because I thought BICC, that's like a very huge stage.
It's a big stage.
Yeah. And how the guys utilized it, I think left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
They crammed people in same places and whatnot. The deco itself, I don't know. Because it was a TV production. Okay. There was a whole partnership with Zodiac. I thought they were going to do like a whole TV in-person thing that like synchronizes. So from the deco, from the videos that come and whatnot, but I didn't see a lot of that. So I was just put off. And
there was a section in the whole Miss Malawi that the contestants or the pigeons, I don't know what they call them. I think contestants I'll call them, were asked to sing or like asked to showcase talent. I saw a clip of a lady singing. Did you get to see it, Brigida? I saw. I mean, I don't know if a producer saw it, but like I'm happy to share you some clips so you can insert. But they were really happy clips.
Absolutely,
they were really happy clips.
Absolutely,
they were really happy clips.
I think this is where we actually need to go back to how we grow up.
Yeah,
and how people should know what talents they have or not.
Right.
I think the challenge is as kids we grow up, our parents set a certain way for us.
Yeah.
And I think there's a limit of what we have defined as talent. So maybe it's football, it's singing, it's sometimes dancing there.
Right.
And people that are contesting, when they're asked what their talent is, they'll go to something that they think they have done, not what they know. A lot of us haven't discovered our talents. What's your talent, sir?
My hidden talent is speaking. Fun fact. Yeah.
I think that's mine as well.
Yeah.
I think if there's one thing that I do like all the time is speaking. Yeah.
I love talking to people, so I think just like genuinely knowing people and knowing stories.
Yeah, I think that's why for me, like, I know a lot of people that even watch this podcast, they complain like you talk too much. I think that's what I do.
Right.
I just want to have a place where I can just talk. And I know I talk about different subjects, but every time I talk, I know it's me. It's like, yeah, I want to talk to you
It's
about
who you
tourism.
are.
I want to talk to you about tourism.
Yeah.
I don't care what we are going to do outside there, but I can tell you tourism and you'll be like, whoa, dude, what?
Yeah.
I think for me on the talent thing, I didn't really watch all of it, but there was one person that came and played a keyboard.
Right.
And they said, so I really enjoy playing the piano. Those were her actual words. She said the piano.
Yeah.
Right? That was a sponsored show. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of pianos around in Malawi. Okay? As organizers, they were supposed to make an initiative to find that specific instrument for the person to use. Because imagine people from outside are watching. It's just the same thing doing the Tijam Pami's videos. What do you use a kidney for? And then people should be answering the opposite of what is supposed to be done. Because you can't say I'm playing a piano when you're on a keyboard.
Maybe the sponsorships are what we see, but not what they actually are. Yeah. Maybe the sponsorships are, oh, hey, we have given you this money, X amount, 10 million, for example, but you are supposedly to use it for booking venue or paying Taxify Malawi or specifically A, B, C, D, E. What do you think?
It could be like that, but this is why it's also important. Like I said, people were anticipating the return of Miss Malawi.
Yeah, 4 years.
Why don't we wait until we have the enough resources to put out something that is tangible instead of just doing it because people are hungry for it, and yet we're not ready on our part.
That's why in the beginning I said I already sensed that things could go this way because I remember I think Hyphen Francis was the director of this pageant. Last week it was quoted in the media to say they're running on like a 15 million deficit on the budget that they had. And when I looked at that, it was like a week. These guys are in boot camp. It's a week to the event.
And they have 15
million gap.
Damn.
I was like, okay, how are they going to do this event if there's this gap? I that really concerned me. So even before I started judging everything,
so sorry to cut you, but like, what do you think actually went wrong? Because I believe the people want to know. Like, what do you think actually went wrong?
No, but then when I saw everything that was there, I thought they had things in place. When I saw the event just when it was happening on Saturday, I thought, I don't know how they brought these things there, but I felt like they had things there. They had big screens, they had people. So maybe they didn't have experts maybe to help them do the thing because they couldn't pay them.
Right.
So probably they just put in their friends or relatives to support the production.
Okay.
But the production lacked a lot of
I mean, I talking of family and friends. The credits had a lot of those. What do you think?
Yeah, because okay, I know we have good family run businesses that flourish.
Yeah.
OG is a family business.
Right.
They run, yeah. I think the guys that run Crossroads, it's also a family business. And what I just discovered was also Alpha Creations.
Yeah.
Is owned by Francis and Tina Kendricks, who are married.
Yeah.
And I just saw that they had like a lot more other family members supporting them.
Maybe
so
that's
probably
why.
that could be
maybe that could be the reason, not of the downfall per se, but maybe because of they didn't have the money that maybe other people had pledged.
Yes.
So now it's like, you know what?
No, I'll come through to support.
I'll call Brigetta, I'll call Sam, these are my friends and family.
And they'll be able to support.
Maybe, but like, would love to hear the other side of the story. Do you have any finishing conclusions, Brigetta?
I feel like we are in our infancy in everything that happens in the Malawi, the music industry, the movie industry.
Right.
especially the fashion pageantry thing, maybe we can take time to invest in learning from other people that have been doing it for a long time and learn from them. Understand the dynamics of what it takes to put up a show like Miss South Africa.
Right.
And has us anticipating like, hey, Miss SA is on. Because it's actually very interesting to see when the girls are called, you can see they're in sync. Because yesterday, my main thing was the stage presentation.
Right.
That stage was so big. But the other 10 girls were just like in one place. And Miss South Africa, one is there, the other one is there, the other one is there. In a way that it looks so professional. And when they are caught, like the five that are remaining and not going through, even when they are going to the backstage, they just don't go. They are told, you move from point A to point B. It looks
everything is practiced.
Yes,
everything is rehearsed.
The other thing, I remember like from Fact Checker, if we're doing webinars, would usually do a dry run.
Dry run, yeah.
To see how everything is going to go on the day. It actually helps you prepare because you are able to identify and sit down as a team that I think we need to move. So I'll just say we're not ready to be at that level doing things like Miss Malawi. Let's get some people who are already passionate about doing things like that. Have them learn from other people that have been doing it.
Right.
And then get the right people to implement. Come up with it. Go back to the drawing table. Come up with, I don't know, a new concept.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes when I look at all these things that are happening, mainly with the organization of events and the execution and whatnot, sometimes I feel like maybe we should try and define our own styles and presentation, and maybe we should stop copying from outside, because I think the challenge that comes now is a lot of us are now exposed to these bigger things.
Right.
So when you think about, let's say, a musical show, you start to think about what we saw on MTV when people had an event in the US, what happened in South Africa, what happened in Kenya, in Botswana. And we try to go and recreate that.
Yeah.
But I think we don't have the resources to do that. So I think we should find our own authentic ways of doing something that's like Malawian.
Right.
Something that like really authentic, things that speaks to our budgets, because I think people are going overboard what they can afford to recreate something that is copied from somewhere instead of creating something uniquely Malawian.
Right.
Yeah.
My thing though, my last take, I think, could be that we usually try to push a brand, or maybe trying to push something that is mediocre because we are afraid that maybe they are the gatekeepers. And so such spaces like these ones, we are genuinely just criticized, not criticized, but like maybe criticism is great, right? But like genuinely something where we're left out of hand to say that, oh yeah, you guys are I just haters.
Yeah.
Not criticism, but haters.
Yeah.
That's what they call us now, right? So just us having these spaces, we would love to have conversations like this where we're communicating and where we tell you guys, okay, you guys did A, B, C, D, E wrong.
Yeah.
But this was great though. You know? This part of the organization was great. You guys took the whole first lady outside of her office, outside of her house, outside of the state to come and witness the whole event. Right. And that was a crazy part. But also another crazy part at the event.
I think
crazy stuff at the event.
Talking about the first lady.
Wait.
Talking about the first lady's presence at the event and the claims that came after that.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, we wanted to know the criteria they were using to choose the girls. There's only, from an article written by Sam Banda from the Times Group, the only thing that it reads, I'm reading the exact words. The registration requirements, according to a poster, include being a Malawian citizen between 20 and 28 years old, with a minimum height of 1.6. That was the only requirement.
That was the only thing. I thought you actually going
minimum height and age.
And minimum height and
age.
nationality.
And age. But I think from what I've seen with the other beauty pageants,
right,
they're looking at the size of your hip. Your waist should be ABCD.
Right.
You can walk in heels and what? Because if you saw the TikTok videos of those guys walking to some, I don't know where they went, but there was literally one girl who couldn't walk. It was like,
damn.
They're supposed the bootcamp thing. They're supposed to teach them how to walk in heels and everything.
Yeah.
Because when you see like the other, I know we're not supposed to be copying, but that's just the standard of if you want to be a model, you need to know how to walk in heels.
Yeah.
That's a basic thing, a requirement. But on the eligibility criteria they used, it wasn't there. It was just age. So if I was 1.7, I'm saying, guys, you'd have seen me up in Malawi.
But now we're back at the craziest things that have happened.
Yeah, so there are claims from the former Miss Malawi, the outgoing Miss Malawi,
right?
Tuongi Chuta, who said, "I got bullied," and I quote, "I got bullied so much as Miss Malawi." That is when she was Miss Malawi.
Yeah.
I literally developed serious anxiety from it, and no point did the organizers come to my defense. Tonight, I got bullied again. I was told I couldn't hand over the crown because I was inappropriately dressed. Mind you, I've been reigning queen for 4 years. I could have stayed in my house tonight and watched TV. So, what she says is the State House...
Allegedly,
the State House... what do you call those people?
Security
team allegedly refused her entry.
Or rather, no.
Huh?
They, on her post, she doesn't say the State House. She says organizers.
Organizers, yes.
Yeah, so the organizers, and then another person came and posted that it wasn't actually the State House, not the organizers. Yeah, so that could be, that's something big. I mean, if the State House is stopping you to wearing something,
at a beauty pageant.
That is crazy. Do you think the State House has that right?
No.
Before we get to the actual practicality, but like, do you really think the State House has that right to stop you from, oh no, don't wear a high slit things at a beauty pageant?
I think if the event was happening at the State House,
they would have
the State House has a control of the dress code of what people can wear.
100%.
But that was a public event.
Yeah.
It's like telling patrons that you can't come here because you're wearing, because she was a patron.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember my encounter at some point with the state security. It was the same place, the BICC. I was working for the Malawi Tourism Council as the communications, whatever post that was. And we had a regional tourism organization of Southern Africa summit for women in tourism. It was there were master classes in digital media and whatnot. So in one of the events, I don't know if it was the opening event, the then first lady was invited, former first lady Gertrude Mutharika, to be part, because it was like a women thing. And in my capacity as a comms person for the Tourism Council, I was live tweeting from the event. And I was there, innocently tweeting. Somebody just came, they sent me like a note. Don't take pictures in this room. So I saw I was like,
but that's your job.
That's my job. I'm waiting for a council that's organizing this thing. And I'm tweeting, I'm taking pictures. And I kind of defied the order and I kept doing my work. And this lady came and told me, I'm going to take away your phone from you. I'm from this State House. You're not allowed. Only state photographers are supposed to take pictures. And so I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because this is our event. The first lady has just been invited to grace the occasion. It's not her event. It's a Tourism Council event with the Department of Tourism. Why shouldn't I do my job to post what's happening here timely on people that follow the council?
But I don't think then the State House rather, I don't think in this, not your case, but like in the case of the Miss Malawi event and the former Miss Malawi, I don't think the State House was the problem. I think something, or rather, I believe something else might have happened. Maybe she had beef with the organizers. Maybe something happened. I mean, I saw a post on Facebook as well that read, on the other hand, evidence shows that the ex Abiti Malawi, quoting Miss Malawi, went to the event drunk, and State House officials would not allow such seat to sit in the same row as the First Lady. Since she was supposed to handle the crown, for security reasons, she had to be shunned. In her defense, after being sober-minded, she claimed inappropriate dressing, and you are all believing her mediocrity. There were lots of inappropriate dresses. Wow.
How do you define inappropriate dressing in this case?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe as a country, we just haven't accepted that females will show their thighs.
But you know what? That's why I think we are solid people. Because when you go to these cultural events, the Ngoni events, the Mlako events,
true,
all these girls that are showing, walking bare-breasted with like short whatever rappers, and they're dancing there. And
that is their culture as well.
That because it's glamour, it's whatnot, it's called inappropriate dressing.
And that is their culture.
Where
do we draw the line?
Where is it?
Where do we draw the line? And also,
because even when I saw the dress,
and also just her, yeah, I also saw the dress and I was like,
no,
the winner of the beauty pageant wore the exact same like sleeve size or something. And what is the appropriate dressing in that case?
Well, there's probably something.
There's something that we don't know, and
yeah, I think we would love to. I think it's actually like the time maybe we could have the former Miss Malawi podcast to talk about her reign for years. What was it meant?
And she claims that she was bullied. I believe that
how?
I want to hear more about
she wants to talk about.
Yeah, I want to hear more on that.
Yeah.
The whole event though, people were now questioning the production crew. I saw not professional, but I saw videographers and other people just like questioning small things on like what the production crew didn't do, like the way the video was zooming in on like shoes, maybe like the video, rather the DJ who was apparently Adi Amasinta DVD. Those were jokes, but like Adi DJ because I sent a nyimbo but then I see you we see Dina.
Nah, jokes. Just that kind of
I'm trying to find out what constitutes legal dressing in Malawi.
Okay.
Because from my knowledge, what I know is during the time of Kamuzu, ladies were not allowed to wear pants and what. But
pants as in trousers.
Mm-hmm.
But that was over 26 years ago.
US English now.
Oh yeah.
We use it, but okay, we're talking about trousers. People be thinking undergarments.
But yeah, man. That event in itself, I know it was not easy to pull off. It being 4 years without happening, I know it wasn't easy to pull off. And just shout out to you guys for like doing it.
No,
and starting
There's
always stuff left to desire. Nanji in this country where we don't have so many resources, but shout out to you guys. That's a hard thing to pull off.
I was talking about the same, 4 years. 4 years is a long period, and for us to say we're gonna take over the responsibility of organizing this event and being able to actually deliver it last Saturday wasn't a mini achievement.
Yeah.
And I think it's now an issue of everybody else trying to come on board. I don't know how far and wide they reached for partnerships, apart from funds as in money. But in production, did they talk to other people that could just partner as being part of their production of the event?
Right.
And on different other issues that people are claiming didn't go well and whatnot. Probably, I think when they do it again next year, they can reach out to those people now. I think their work is now to look at everybody who's criticizing what they did, like it didn't go well, to like talk to them like, okay, can you come on board? Can we do this together next time? It's for the good of the country. It's a national pride event, so we can't be pointing fingers at them alone.
Yeah,
if people were not willing to support them.
If we maybe knew the process, do you think that could have changed a lot of things? Because I know, for example, a lot of people also booed the production team the judges team to who won the beauty pageant, right? So it's like, do you think that also constituted to it being an event that a lot of people didn't like because the winner was there. I mean, I don't know the criteria that people use. I don't know. Maybe you know, Brigida, but I don't know the criteria that people get to use. Which, in my sense, I'm thinking, okay, if you won, there are people there that actually follow the beauty pageant and everything.
And they know.
Yeah, and you obviously know way more than I do. So my comments are okay. Maybe I know someone X, or I know Roberta because we're in the same yali phase. But at the same time, it's not like I know just because I don't know the other guys. Maybe they were actually better than her. So, but as for me as a person, I was rooting for her. It was like, oh yeah, we share a connection. We're at a speaking event at some point together, but I don't know the criteria. Do you guys know the criteria on like why the production judges team were booed?
I don't know. I think as audience, there are things that we look at when we're at these beauty pageants. I think people focus more on on the beauty
side,
the belt, how the girl is built and whatnot. And the judges, I think, combine a lot of other things because if they are sitting there as a judge, they actually have like a professional background in judging beauty pageants.
Such things, yeah, true.
So there are all those things like question. There's a whole thing of confidence and whatnot. So it could be beautiful, but you don't have the confidence when you walk.
Yeah.
Because you actually walking into an office where you need to like do a lot of more work with the public and whatnot. So,
but I think one of the most controversial issues that happened yesterday was people could actually see the judges disagreeing on screen. Like they were not in unison on who they wanted to pick.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone is going to be divided.
Yeah.
But at the end of the competition,
there are 5 judges.
Yes,
right?
There were.
I have a quick question before you finish. There was a tie. How was that possible on 5 judges? The 5th one is supposed to be a tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, I heard that there was a tie. So that was like the crazy part. Like how? So one person is divided. You know what? I'm just not gonna vote in this. Yeah.
Oh, they said I'll not vote.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But like,
because you can't have a tie when
you can't have a tie when you have 5 judges.
Votes.
I actually have no idea how that happened. But yeah, people were like, now the judges. I think that's what most people didn't understand. Yeah. That was a controversial issue. There are 5 people. A tie is when if there were 4 judges, it would have made sense.
I guess so.
And then on screen, you could see them. The other 2 judges have gone to sit down. The other 3 that are lingering on. And the other one is literally shaking her head and pointing to the front. It was like,
wow.
Okay. Wow. Are they even supposed to, is that even legal? Are they even supposed to be doing that in front of people? Like people are seeing them, But I think.
But I guess so, man.
We still have a long way to go.
We still have a way to go.
And there's another question that I wanted to ask, which I saw on social media, people asking, what is the benefit of Miss Malawi?
In Malawi, I think I saw that question as well.
Yeah, how does the
Miss Malawi
pageant help the country? Because like I said, for other countries, they go on to compete on international level, and it's beyond the title. Right. They go on to change the lives of people in their communities.
They actually become goodwill ambassadors for the country. So if there's a World Cup happening, they're always like the priority people to do something at the World Cup.
But here it ends there. So what's the benefit of Miss Malawi?
Really? Maybe we're gonna start it. We're gonna see it now after the takeover from the maybe we're gonna see it now.
Because I think Alpha Creations, when we had a conversation or the interviews that I've heard them give, they want to like change the face of the pageant itself to like give it more meaning and give the girls more resources and activities to go out and do different things. So let's wait and see how they're gonna cut it out.
Shout out the winner of the Miss Malawi pageant was Jess Camponda. Shout out to you.
Big congratulations.
Second princess was Hezipe Jet Jinkwaza. That's the first princess. The second princess was Roberta Kanjelo it says Kalonje here, but I guess that they misspelled it. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Congratulations to all you guys winning. We obviously would have wanted a better event at itself, but we got what we got, and it's a beautiful thing. The event itself had not a lot of people, but had people attend. But also at the same time, there was also a Lucius Banda final
album launch.
Yeah, which seems to have graced a lot of people had went to that event from the pictures that I've seen. I wasn't there at the event, but from like my friends that went to the event and like enjoyed it, they seem to have had a great experience from that side. The only thing that I heard bad about it was other artists didn't show up. Really? I think Namadingo didn't show up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Namadingo didn't show up. The same way I think things were late, like lightning the place, everything like that. But I guess shout out to him for releasing his final masterpiece. You've graced us for like 30 years of great music and great albums. As now a politician, so it's only right for him to like pour the torch to new artists and keep blessing us with whatever it is that you're blessing us with.
Yeah, no, I think Lucius has done a lot for the music industry in Malawi. He has helped a lot of artists come up from the days of Hallelujah Band. I know he was a member there, but I think he worked with a lot of great artists who later on moved on to Zembani Band.
Yeah.
And most of them went out of Zembani Band to form their own bands, like Bire Kaunda, Mlaga Mariro.
Yeah.
So I think it's been like a father figure to a lot of
artists. Yeah. So 30 years plus is a great.
And I think he will go down in our music industry
as a legend,
one of the greatest.
No man, he's obviously is right now. Like I respect him, and I respect the hustle that is put on.
Absolutely.
And shout out to you, man. Shout out. The last sentiments that I've seen was from a Facebook post with Time. It says that Biggie Abalas is Naonege. Sound your for that stage not up to par. Lightning of the environment 0. Artist no sabwera so 2023 is the I. Ngati muli bendalama osabangisa show. I mean, that sounds like a hatred event.
That's like a really.
or maybe he's just like because he was at the event. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, because I wasn't there, but I know I've had conversations with some artists. And they agreed that I think Lucius Banda, if he was taking this as his last offer, like his last album, he could have done something pretty unique.
Right.
If he ever like sat down with me, say, dude, I'm gonna do my last album. It's my 20th album. I want you to give me an idea of how I should execute this. The caliber of Lucius Banda is a guy who say, if he can say, okay, my last offer, it's 10 grand standard ticket, 20 grand.
But I think
people would show up because he has been listened to by people of like a lot of.
Yeah, but I think
he makes timeless music.
So
people will be willing to,
I think that
just go there.
I think right now the criteria on like having an event is to fill that event up.
Yeah, but
not having a great show.
But for me, I was looking at Lucius Banda doing a great show. Do an event at like more like a cruiser place. Let's say take the Malawi Square, for example. Do an event at the Malawi Square. Put big screens. Let this be a celebration of your music.
Your career, yeah.
Start from your first album. Put artwork of your first album. Play one song from the first album, which was like a hit when he just came onto the stage. Second song, bring the artwork from your second album.
Yeah.
Do that for the 20 albums that you have done.
20 songs.
Do like 20 songs from each album and whatnot, like a time, like a counting down kind of thing, like this is where I came from. And let people just soak into that, like, oh yeah, he took us from here to there, to where we are now. Yeah. And from there now, do a performance of your general performance shows.
Right.
Don't bring too many artists.
Yeah.
Let this be a Lucius Banda celebration.
Yeah.
People are coming. We know he's old. He could use Zembani, his son. Yeah. He could use Sam Smike. He could use Lulu. He could use other artists to play his songs.
Yeah, like a tribute whilst he's alive. Like,
take it there. Like,
beautiful stuff.
Create something that you're like showing, you're passing on the
torch.
Your torch to, this is where I started, guys. This is where I did. I brought in Ajina. So even the set, it was supposed to be one set. Okay, when did Mlaga Mariro come in? Mlaga Mariro came in. Bring in Mlaga Mariro on that set where he did that song where he was like together with Mlaga. Do another song where, when they came in, Sam Smike, to where I'm now passing this thing to Mr. Zembani, my son.
Yeah.
And Mr. Zembani will take over. Now he sings his dad's song.
Yeah.
And perform. But I think he gave himself too much time to prepare for the event.
Right.
And golf club has been like a usual thing. Okay, kumadzaza kumene kuja. But I think maybe this was just an album launch. If he was gonna do another event, it should be like a celebration of Lucius Banda music and work with productions teams, guys. Like produce the whole event, put that in visuals and everything, and people should just go there and have a good time.
Yeah,
and that would be like a befitting last offer to like, okay, guys, I can now. You will see me here and there, but this is me bowing out from active music.
Yeah,
that's what I
think. I think the other thing is that people don't want to. People are afraid of change.
Right.
We're so comfortable in our comfort zones. We don't want to break our shells and do something different.
Right.
We're scared. And therefore, we're utilizing the same people. Mama, obviously, ideas are changing.
Right.
You know, and there are so many people in the industry that could put out something different.
Right.
Change, they're not ready for that kind of thing. So it's always going to be the
It's bad to always go to the golf club and see the same lineup, do the same thing. I don't know how different this one was because I wasn't there, but I saw the lineup. It's like
the same
thing. That's why I think, I don't know if it was a missed opportunity or it's how they planned it. But yeah, Lucius Banda is a big artist. I just hope maybe someone someday, while he's still here with us, can do something like a celebration of Lucius Banda.
Right.
From first album, like where people don't even just relive the greatness,
moments and everything
that
how made them feel.
Us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, but like, shout out. I mean, I hope for the better, and thanks for the music for like the past 30 years that you've like put out great music for the masses. Speaking about music and events, did you hear anything about the Faith Musa show? It's happening last Friday.
The experience?
I
think I totally missed that. Like totally. Until today, I think when I saw Samuel Shuaka.
Yeah.
I was just like scrolling through Facebook, and I just saw his post, but it was like nothing to do with the show itself. It was about security. I think it was just like one of those jokes, some Faith's manager. Yeah, he was like, I haven't followed. Right. I just saw, when I saw that, I was like, oh, the event happened, but I didn't follow. How did you follow?
I also sadly didn't follow. I think I was at the Region 5 games.
Yeah, I was also there.
Yeah, so I was working there.
The only thing I can say is that I think the morale kind of dropped when they cancelled an artist. There was someone who was supposed to come, I think, from the USA.
Right.
And then things changed.
Right.
I think it sort of like also affected
the
show. So I'm not sure how the whole show went, but I'm sure that sort of affected whatever.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen a lot. I think because of the Region 5 games, I was so soaked into what happened there, of which is something that I would also want us to talk about the production of the
Region 5 games. Yeah, man, the Region 5 games. I was there. I was working there.
Okay.
It was a masterpiece of like production for me. Not like the best of the best,
but that
like
is the standard that I've seen. Yeah.
It's the small things on like Eli coming from a helicopter. I know that was pre-planned. That was like something well thought of properly. Gwamba and AK on the board doing a great set. Malinga did a great set. Quest did a great set. Everything was like properly, managed from what I saw.
It was different. Good different. Something, a glimpse of where the future is going.
Right.
Like where the DJ doesn't have to ngarizima ku Miss Malawi zija. A DJ everything was.
He knew what they're supposed to do at what time.
You can tell.
I was lucky. I experienced it because VJ Ice was DJing, right, and he was sitting next to the sound guys, the sound addicts guys. There was someone telling VJ Ice to just raise your hand, play the song, stop the song. It was beautiful. It was like I'm seeing it firsthand, and I'm like, I know how seamless this seems to like people, but like I'm seeing obviously the back,
all the communication that's
everything
going on
that
behind.
is going on there. I was in the pit, so the time I think Eli and at the time of performances, right, I was running around in the pit. someone from Supersport, from Kosafa TV,
Yeah,
like grabbed me.
Vision View.
Yeah, like
Vision
they
View guys.
grabbed me. It's like, dude, no, don't be here. And I was working there. I had a whole badge of like media.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, you aren't supposed to be here just because you're in media.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, okay, cool, man. I respect you. I would respect anyone who tells me that this is the mark to don't pass this because you are in the shots.
Yes.
Or maybe you are now, you know, taking over our production. Like this doesn't look good to the outside. Yeah, but I respect that. From production point of view, I know there was also a lot of Malawian people that I saw Prince. I saw Prince was, I think, producing, or was like,
yeah, it was part of the production.
I saw Tema.
Was leading,
I saw a lot of people that were like around it, that were working behind the scenes, that made everything seem so seamless from the country. It's not good if we don't have the resources, guys.
We have the people.
We have the people that can actually put in the brains to making everything work. But it was a great thing. Malawi drew that on the opening day. Okay. It was a 2-2 game with Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana.
Yeah, with Botswana. We have a lot of future in the Malawi nationals, you know, because these kids were playing great football.
All right.
These kids were playing great football.
I like that you said that there were a lot of Malawians in it. This is an example to other people that are doing shows that we have the talent here. You just have to collaborate with other people. Let other people work with you. You can produce something good. Yeah. Because from the credits that I saw on Teman's status, it was an all Malawian.
It's all Malawian, yeah.
It was. I've been there like for I think the past weeks, and I've seen all these guys like do their rehearsals, practice these, put things together.
Yeah.
It's I think it's a very big event. We're talking about 13 countries.
Yeah.
13 countries, and yeah, it's there are all these people that are putting in their work.
Yeah.
When it comes to TV production, the Vision View guys and the Kosafa, which run the Kosafa TV.
Yeah.
And it's everything, like it's international. And there are like a lot of Malawians now that are supporting these guys, like in the forefront of all these things. And yeah, I think it's a beauty to watch. And if you are surprised what's going on, there are Region 5 games. These are youth games. It's many Olympics, basically.
Yeah.
So, games, there's swimming, there's judo, there's taekwondo, there's esports versus gaming, there's football for men and girls. And these games are like being played across different venues in the city. Institute, the swimming, basketball at the new Griffin Saenda complex, Bingu, Silver,
everywhere.
So you can actually go there, and these games are for free. You can go there, watch with your family and whatnot until I think the 11th of December. So go there and watch and just have a good time and see what these young talents are doing over there.
Yeah,
I think it's good for a country like ours.
Yeah, man. I know we are off our time.
Yeah.
But speaking of good things, finally, I could say I would love to see you guys next week. Because of the time, our producer keeps looking at me and thinks he's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I was gonna speak about like the beating. This is a bad thing, actually, obviously, but like I was gonna speak about the beating and like
I think we can't go because I think when you look at the conversation that we have here, it's an issue of mindset change.
Yeah,
and that's why we take our time every time to sit down
to have
here
these conversations.
With different people.
It's a sad thing. It's a sad development. I mean, for people that don't know, in Zimba, right?
Yeah.
There was women, ladies, grandmoms. I could call my grandmom. That allegedly were teaching kids witchcraft. So people in the villages, amamenya, anamenya, and when one of the ladies happened to fail in a graveyard.
Yeah, actually, what happened from the reports is that somebody died in South Africa.
Right.
Yeah, and this is like a daughter-in-law of this woman.
Right.
And people in the village claimed that the mother-in-law had bewitched the daughter-in-law in South Africa and killed her. So the body was repatriated into the country, and during burial, this woman was forced to bury the grave of this daughter-in-law on her own.
Damn.
And the sister of this woman said, "No, I'm gonna assist her." And they were there. There are videos that show these two women trying to bury this person, and some man just walks from there and hits this woman, and she fell into the grave. and people were telling the other lady to bury her until the other lady went there and took her off, and her daughters came there. You know, for me, the sad part about it was I was seeing this video, and there are church people carrying wreath in their church regalia, standing there. People are just shouting and they are singing, and there's this claim of witchcraft. This person is being abused in the view of probably the pastors and everybody, the chiefs.
Zodiac reported that 74% of Malawians believe in witchcraft.
How insane is that? Okay, we're gonna close this because no, let me try. There's someone who speaks about witchcraft.
My questions, every time something like that happens, my question is, I remember during Bingu's time, those I could call it a body, Silver Grey Foundation.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of focused on rights of the elderly. I also know there's an elderly thing that Kalibu Academy does. So I'm not sure how, because this is not the first time that an older person is being actually.
No, it's actually happening time and again.
Yes. So what could be happening? What could be the solution for our country? Because I mean, it's sort of one day it's someone you don't know. The other time you find out it's your grandmother.
It's your grandmother. It's your own mother being accused of that. How would you feel?
That is the craziest thing. You have something to say?
Yeah. Okay. There's one person that I know speaks a lot about these things. Wonderful Kuchi. He has been on this podcast. I don't know how in depth they are going. He's now the executive director of the Humanist Association of Malawi.
Right.
I know a lot of people think he doesn't believe in the existence of God, but he says, I'm not an atheist. I'm a humanist. I advocate for humanism, being human first. When you look at somebody, think of them as a human first before anything else. Before you think about Satan, before you think about God, think of this person as you, as your brother, as your sister, before you take any action towards them. Right. And he has been advocating to end the whole thing about people being suspected of witchcraft. They are willing to take it to the courts to say, can people be proven in a court of law, because we use the law in this country, that they practiced witchcraft and this is what they did.
Right.
If that can't be proven, can we disregard that? And if people accuse somebody of witchcraft, can we take them to task? Can the law deal with them?
Yeah.
So I really wanted to hear more from him, of which I think we can do that in our subsequent conversations, to just find out how the fight against people accusing other people of being witches is going, and what needs to be done.
I feel like that. No, my last sentiments are that is it's always developing. It's always growing. This is always growing. Brigida asked us, saying that how could we stop this? I think it's just information from my side. Information to people that would sit down and think that, oh hey, we think that person A, B, C, D, E is a witch, right? That information is needed because I can prove that you're a witch. Muna mazuru boss Dennis Timasiana hava. I can prove that you're a witch right now because we're having a conversation. But I mean, Amadin Fidimon and Fidin Zage. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Yeah, there's no way you can because witchcraft happens in the spirit, right?
Yeah.
It's the spiritual things and whatnot. And if I'm not in that realm with you, I can't see.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, if you happen to watch this podcast, this conversation with us, please, man, just sometimes that person that you're thinking is a witchcraft is a human being and could be your aunt, could be your mom. And if you'd happily do this to your mom, then you should ask yourself questions, man, guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's a very sad thing. Our producer's looking at us still, but I would say that because we're not here to end the podcast in a very sad note, you say that you're supporting Argentina?
No.
Thanks.
I'm not supporting Argentina.
Argentina's winning the World Cup, guys.
Brazil is winning the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, fairs.
Yeah.
Fairs.
I'm supporting Brazil. I used to support England at the World Cup. This one,
Brigida, you're supporting what?
I'm not supporting any
Come on, man.
The World Cup is bewitched.
Oh, you've been betting. I'm a better one.
No, it's a better, guys.
Guys.
World Cup is your better.
This is not the time to bet. Wait for the resumption of Maliga.
Magona.
How many corners? But end of the game results. Sorry.
Yeah. This is surrender. But yeah. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for watching this podcast.
It's been a pleasure being here and talk about all things happening in the Malawian entertainment, creative industry, and in general.
Yeah, you have been with me, Sami Lungu.
And I'm Dennis Iman.
And our fact checker, Brigida. Oh, you have to say your own name, guys.
Brigida Flower.
Yeah, exactly.
Until next week, when we bring you another podcast with a guest, probably, to talk about something. We've been your hosts. Remember to subscribe, like, share. Please share the link to your friends, your family, so they can also watch this and become part of this community. Adios. Peace.